right, check. We are live. What's up, people in the building? Let's go. I didn't even know I was live, but I'm live, baby. Let's go. Real Canna in the building, baby. We back again. We back again, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in the stream, man. Y'all know what it is. We're back after a week off. We had to take a week off and get it right, get it tight, guys. But we are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with a vengeance. We are back with more goodness, more live action, more of all of the good stuff, man, that we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see who's up in the chat right now. Everybody up in the chat, what's up? Hey, yo. Put your name first because y'all know I don't remember. I can't see who y'all are when you don't put your name in, man. Throw it up, man. Everybody, come on, hit that chat right now. Let me know y'all up in the building. It is Tuesday, April 16th, ladies and gentlemen, and we are very close. We are very close to the moment we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. We've all been waiting for this moment all year long. All of us cannabis entrepreneurs, all of us cannabis enthusiasts, all of us cannabis advocates, baby. It is about to be 420. It is about to be 420, y'all. We're only 4 days away. Let's go. Melody in the building. What's up, Melody? What's up, Melody? Always here representing Real Canna, my Real Canna fan. Let's go, y'all. We only four days away, y'all, from 420. I need everybody to get ready. Everybody get ready, man, because this is going to be a craziest 420 I think that we've ever had in quite some time, ladies and gentlemen, because we got so many states off the hook, so many people launching, so many people making progress. We're just going to continue to see it grow bigger and bigger, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be a super dope, man, situation, ladies and gentlemen, on this 420. This is a special 420. It's a special 420, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to do it big here, man. Who else is in the building? Make sure y'all hit the chat. Y'all know how we do at Real Canna. You do not have to. It's all about promoting yourself. You know I am a shameless self-marketer. Been own a 27-year-old digital marketing agency, ladies and gentlemen. And my thing is all about marketing, right? So you guys are free to throw it up, man. Put it up. Throw it up in the chat. Throw your URL up in the chat. Throw your social media in the chat. Throw up anything else in the chat that you want to promote, that you want to market out here. Because it's not just about us, ladies and gentlemen. It's about you guys. It's about you guys as well, making it happen. So Real Canna, we in the building. We're going to cover some good stuff. I see Amanda coming in. I see some other folk coming in. We're going to get it popping, y'all. We are going to get it popping today. So, what's up? Yeah, can't wait for DC. That's right. National Cannabis Festival. I'll be on stage, ladies and gentlemen. The psychedelics can join me, baby. Psychedelics, let's go. Psychedelics, let's go. Psychedelics, let's go. Yes. Yeah, man, it's going to be big. So make sure you guys are down. If you guys are in DC, man, on the 420, man, make sure you check me out on the Psychedelics Pavilion stage. You also see me all around doing a whole bunch of stuff, man. I'll be all throughout there, all throughout the days, man, making it happen. Making sure that the policy gets done, making sure everything else happens, and blah, blah, blah. But we got to do it. We got to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I see some people coming in the back stream. Hold on, Michael and Brent. What do you guys, how did y'all get in that back stream? I think some of y'all got the wrong link. Hey, Jocelyn and Michael and Brent, you guys, I'm going to send you a link to go in the front end. Y'all don't know how you guys got that link, but you guys are in the back end. That's why you're probably not seeing stuff. I see you guys looking confused over there. But hold on, I'm going to shoot this link to the front end. Whoever got, I don't know how you guys even got that, but we're going to give you the front end, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes people will just stay back there and watch, but I can't have y'all stay back there and watch. I'm going to have to give you the boot. Because, yeah, I'm going to have to give you the boot because I got to fit my other people in there. But here's the front end. Watch here, y'all. Jocelyn and Michael. Michael, you hear me back there? Nod your head, Michael. I could see you back in the backstage. There you go, man. Look in the chat, you guys, and grab that link so that you get out of there, Jocelyn and Michael, okay? I'm going to boot you up out of there. I don't know how you got that link, but all good, all right? I'm going to remove you from here and then just click that link in the chat. All right. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man. Y'all know how we get down. Real Canna in the building, baby. We're doing it big. Let's go. That's the watch here link right there, ladies and gentlemen. If you happen to be in the backstage accidentally, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Blissful, Buzz Brown. That's Melody, man. Big up the Mel. Big up to Melody, y'all. Y'all know her from Real Canna. She's part of the Real Canna volunteer staff. She's always taking care of you guys year after year after year at the Real Canna, man. Make sure you go follow her. Follow her. Liz, Full, Buds, Brown. Follow Melody, man, because she's always doing it big, always supporting everything in cannabis. Big up to my man, Maddie. Maddie in the building. Let's go. Paragon. Paragon Insurance in the building, baby. Let's go. What's up, Maddie? You made it, baby. Let's go. My important folk in the building. My important folk are in the building. Yes, yes, yes. And I see Amanda back there from CannaZonedMLS. She's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. She's getting right, though. She's getting right. I'm going to do my intros and everything. Let her get right while I do all my intros and all that good stuff. I got another special guest in the building, y'all. Another special guest in the building because it's 420 week, ladies and gentlemen. We got to blow it up. And there's 2 dispensaries I need you guys to visit this weekend where Real Canna's going to be. Real Canna, we are going to be in the building all over the place, all over New Jersey, New York, DC, everywhere. But ladies and gentlemen, there's 2 places I need you guys to visit. You're going to see me send emails about this, right? One, first, man, right across the street. My guys, one of the only Black-owned dispensaries in New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we got to drop wow for that. One of the only Black-owned, all the way Black-owned, Black money, Black this, Black. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. We got to get it together, work together, man, so that we can make it over the finish line. Big up to my brothers. Timber 5. Timber 5 is in the building right now. Timber 5 dispensary in Somerset, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't visited, go check them out, man. They're doing it big. And I got a guest here. That's right, one of the owners from Timber 5. I told y'all guys, I'm going to bring you the good stuff. I'm going to show you everybody who's doing it from behind the scenes. You'll probably never get to see their faces, but I'm going to make sure you know who they are when they walk in public, all right? We got to represent that, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to bring up a special guest real quick, y'all. Real quick, we're just going to do a special appearance with one of the owners of Timber 5 Dispensary over in Somerset, New Jersey, y'all. They're doing it big. Real Canna is going to be there this Saturday, representing 420. All my peoples will be there. They're doing a big coffee event and all other kind of stuff. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring Wes on real quick. Let me bring Wes on, man, so we can show y'all and tell y'all. What's up, Wes? What's going on there, brother?
Hey, Gary, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm glad you in the building, man. And as I said, Timber 5, you know what I mean? One of the only Black-owned dispensaries that are doing it big. Big up to you guys, man. Just want to congratulate y'all on the success of getting it open, making it happen, staying the course. And now we're ready to blow it up, Wes. I want you to give them a little vibe, man. Tell them what Timber 5 is all about. Tell them what y'all doing on 420, man. Let everybody know the deal, man.
Well, listen, hopefully people come check us out, man. We have an awesome vibe. We like to consider ourselves not so much a dispensary. I know that's the definition, but we're more of a cannabis boutique. So you come to us, we're going to give you an individual, detailed interaction with the bud tenders, with the managers, and we're going to walk through everything that it is that you have any questions. If you know what you want, that makes it that much easier. If you don't, it's all good. We'll sit there, we'll go through it, we'll help you out to make sure you got the product that you're looking for.
That's what I'm talking about. Great customer service. Timber 5, great customer service, baby. Customer service first, ladies and gentlemen. You know? Well, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
As for 420, we're really excited. We've just been open a week, so it's no better time to just open up your cannabis boutique than around 420. So for this 420, we're going to celebrate. We're doing what we call Putt and Puff. So we're partnership with Part to Play, a virtual golf center. So you're going to come to us, any cannabis product, get your free entry into Putt and Puff, where you can dance, listen to music, party, and play virtual golf and other virtual games. So it's going to be a fun time. Again, that's the 20th, Saturday, April 20th, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., 695 Hamilton Street in Somerset. Again, this is Timber 5, Putt and Puff with Part to Play, 420, 695 Hamilton Street, and it's in Somerset, New Jersey.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that y'all in the building. Real Canna, we're going to be in the building. You're going to see us marketing this and pushing it out over the next couple of days, guys, because we got to blow it up, man. There's only a handful of Black-owned dispensaries, and we got to support, man, because we were supposed to be first in line, but damn it, we damn near still at the back, right? But we got to make it happen. You guys are still are there and a living proof of how you can go through the process and make it happen and stay the course and be consistent, man. So you guys are an example and motivation for everybody else that's going through the struggle right now, Wes. Big up to you, man. Big up to Timber 5, brother. Timber 5.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. you. I want to thank Real Canna. I want to thank all the supporters. I want to thank the community for making this dream. And listen, I'm a lifelong Jersey boy with dreams of opening a place where I can share my cannabis love with other connoisseurs and enthusiasts. So
yes,
thank you to everyone. Appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, Wes, for making it happen, being a big part of the fabric of the cannabis, the whole New Jersey cannabis. That's right. I told you I'm going to bring you guys all the superstars, all the guys behind the scenes, all the people that are digging, making it happen. I'm going to make sure they get exposed, y'all, so that we can blow them up, so that we can pick them up, so that we can keep pushing them, so they can keep doing it, so we can keep doing it. We all got to keep growing, y'all. This is family, Real Canna family.
We're going to win together. We're going to win together.
That's right. It's a win-win, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's all about. Big up the West. Timber 5, ladies and gentlemen. What's the website, Wes? What's the website again?
It's www.timber5.com.
Timber5.com. Ladies and gentlemen, go there this weekend, 420. Going to be off the hook, puff and putt, ladies. That's going to be fly. Puff and putt. I got to get my swing right. Get my swing right for the weekend. All right, that's what's up, Wes. Big up to you, my brother. Thanks again, man. Appreciate the hard work. We will see you this Saturday. Guys, make sure y'all down there this Saturday. Wes going to do it big right in Somerset, New Jersey. Let's go. All right, Wes. Peace out, my brother. Peace. We ain't going to hold you. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody hit that chat up. Everybody hit the chat. Y'all know how we do right here. Y'all know how we do, man. Put it up. None of y'all promoting yourself. I need you guys to put your websites in there. I need you to put your emails in. I need you guys to tell me what you need, what services, what products, what everything that you need, guys. This is what this is all about. This is why we do it, so everybody can get the resources. So don't be scared. Okay, let's go. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, a couple of quick announcements, then we're going to bring Amanda on. She's busy. She's running. She's all over the place, but she took time out to make sure that she came today to give us this detailed insider information, y'all. So this is going to be good. We're not going to hold it too long, but I'm going to do a couple of quick intros real fast, and then we're going to put it right on, man, so we can get rocking and rolling. First things first, ladies and gentlemen, you always hear me talking about our private mastermind group, our private Real Cannabis private mastermind group for cannabis professionals. We started it back in 2018 with just 8 of us from New Jersey, 8 cannabis professionals from New Jersey. We are now in 2024, 6 years later, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are up to 187 cannabis professionals in our private mastermind group, ladies and gentlemen. 187 cannabis professionals. And if you don't know what a mastermind group is and you want to grow your business and make it go fast, ladies and gentlemen, you surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, better than you, people that have done it before you. This is the reason when they say, Gary, how do you stay in business? How did you stay in business 27 years when everybody else was gone? And I said, I was never scared to invest in myself, to put myself around people that were smarter than me. And I'm going to tell you guys, that's the reason why I started this mastermind group. Mastermind groups have been integral in me growing multiple businesses. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And guys, it's going to be a big thing, especially for cannabis, because this information is ungoogleable. You need these other professionals around you. Ungoogleable. That's right, man. You need these professionals around you to give you this information that you're not going to find anywhere else, man. So we're giving you a chance to get in our private mastermind group. It's a closed group, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone does not qualify. But guys, go there and apply. realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind. realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind. And you can apply to get into our private cannabis mastermind group. We only open it twice a year, but you guys are here with the webinar. And so all my viewers with the webinar at least showed me about that. So I'm going to give you a chance to get in our group. So there it is. Private cannabis mastermind group. Let's go. realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind. All right. Second announcement. Let me see. What do we got here for today? I think I'm cutting it short today. Yeah, I don't really need to do that much. All right, I'm going to do one more and then I'm done. Oh, by the way, hold on. I forgot the biggest announcement of all time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. October 18th and 19th, baby. October 18th and 19th. We are going live again. Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference 2024. This one's going to be off the hook, but guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what, for 2024, we are doing something, and you guys wanted the first to hear this. We've been waiting 3 years to introduce this to the state of New Jersey, but we knew everybody wasn't ready. We knew that you guys needed to absorb the cannabis information first before we took you somewhere else. But now it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving fast. Decriminalization is done. Other things are done in Jersey. Sakari's moving the bill. It's time for psychedelics, ladies and gentlemen. So the first year ever, we are doing Real Cannabis Psychedelics Entrepreneur Conference. It's going to be off the hook. Get your tickets early, y'all, because you know how we always do it. Sold out every year. The parking lot's overflowed. You ain't going to be a place to park. Get there early this year. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be a freaking zoo up in there. All right? All right. Anyway, realcannabisentrepreneur.com, realcannabisentrepreneur.com. Make sure you guys go get on the list so you get first dibs. And remember, the earlier you buy your ticket, the cheaper they are. And the longer you wait, they go up in price, guys. So get in there. Y'all my inside lead. Get the cheapest ones. All right. All right. Let's go. All right, last one. For all my dispensaries owners in the building, all my dispensary owners in the building. We also, you guys seen us doing the grand opening marketing for Evolve Dispensary. We blew it up. It was the biggest grand opening in New Jersey. All of the vendors there, Miss Grass, Fernway, they do all of the grand openings. They all told us this was the most people, the biggest hype, the biggest grand event that they ever, grand opening event that they have attended in New Jersey. Why? Because we're real Canna, baby, and we got everybody. And when we come out, everybody's coming out. So all you dispensary owners, man, do not fall on your face. Don't have crickets at your grand opening. Make sure we're there, borrow our audience and our swag and our everything. I come and host the whole thing for you and bring my swag to your environment, guys. So if you want to get it popping, go to realcannamarketing.com, realcannamarketing.com, ladies and gentlemen. That's for dispensary grand opening, baby. You ready to get it popping? And even if you open, soft opening, grand opening, right? You did the soft opening, grand opening. We could do that too. Let's go. All right, last one. And then we're going to bring Amanda on. Last one. Omni-channel marketing for Canna. Omni-channel marketing. This is my last one, ladies and gentlemen. I finally decided to give you guys access to some of my lists that I never give anyone. In all 6 years, I've used this data just for myself. I've gathered the largest database of cannabis enthusiasts, advocates, professionals, license holders. I got 30,000 cannabis license holders in our database. I got over 2,000 cannabis advocates and enthusiasts and other people and professionals in our database. I've only used it for Real Canna for all these years. Guess what, y'all? I'm finally giving y'all a chance to leverage all my hard work. You know, I'm a data crazy man. And my database is humongous, and I'm using it. And all the marketing techniques that you see me filling these events with, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We got a done for you service where we do it all for you, using the same techniques that I use. And we call it omni-channel because we're hitting it from all different places. Y'all see how I do. You get hit with a text, with an email, with a this, with a webinar, with a banner, that's how we make it happen, baby. It's constant contact. You got to make sure you're in front and top of mind. So if you're interested, go to realcannaadvertising.com. If you've got any product or service that needs to get into licensed professionals, you need to get it in front of these dispensary owners. You need to get it out there in front of other people. Check us out, realcannaadvertising.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. It's go time. Y'all know how we do at Real Canna. We got Amanda here, and she's first time. This is her first time, ladies and gentlemen, on the Real Canna platform. So you know what we got to do for her, y'all. We got to hype her up, y'all. Are y'all ready? I need y'all to throw the A's in the chat right now. Everybody throw the A's in the chat. Let's go. Hey, Brent, throw the A's in the chat. Melody, throw the A's in the chat. Let's go. Y'all know how we do. This is Amanda's first time on the Real Canna platform. We got to bring her in with a bang. Come on, y'all. Throw the A's in the chat. Let's go. Get her hype. We got to get her hype. 420's on the way. Yeah, Brent in the building. What's up, Brent? I see you. Sparkfly AI, baby. Let's go. Amanda's in the building. We got to bring it up. All right. I think we got to hype enough, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring it to the stage. Without further ado, we got Amanda from CannaZonedMLS. Let's go. Amanda's in the building. Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Great.
What's up, Amanda? How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. You're running and gunning, shaking and baking, and still made time to come on this webinar today for us.
Well, actually, I'm at Benzinga right now in Miami.
I figured everybody's down. I knew you were down.
Everyone's down here.
Yeah, I wish I was there. I wish I could be there today.
We could have done it in person.
I know, right? That would have been real fly.
over some beers.
Exactly. That would have been a real nice episode.
Or a
nice
blunt.
Right? Well, we have a smoke-friendly facility. We can get busy, right?
I know. I'm sure 420, when it hits 420 in 4 hours exactly, I'm sure there'll be a big plume of smoke over that hotel.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Everybody's gonna go in, and it's Miami, so it's good stuff, good vibes, good everything, man. So yeah. I love it. Big up to them. But yes, Amanda, you are in the building. CannaZonedMLS, right? But you are an attorney, so I want you to explain your role in CannaZonedMLS, and I want you to explain what CannaZonedMLS is. What do you guys do?
Happy to. Yeah. So I'll say this. So CannaZoned, I'll say our business, setup is kind of divided into two parts, right? So we're half realtors, half attorneys. So realtors will go and find, the perfect, retail storefront property. And so that involves a few different factors, right? Of course, it has to be compliant. So it has to have the right zoning, has to meet all the setbacks. But then also has to have like a great curb appeal and make sure there's enough parking. And so it has to be like commercially viable as well. So once they find the perfect property in a place that allows cannabis, then they send it my way, and I do all the licensing. I get the local approval, I get the state approval, maybe there's a land use approval. So we take the property, we take the license, we package it up, and then we sell it to operators. Because what I truly believe is, someone who's really good at selling weed is not the person who's really good at finding a property and working with regulators. They're experts at this one thing. And that's what they should focus on. And so I love our company because I think it really allows people to spend the time doing what they're good at and what they love, instead of having to navigate the hurdles of cannabis licensing and finding real estate.
Absolutely, Amanda. And you hit the nail on the head, guys. That's one of the things that y'all hear me preach all the time, right? Do what you're best at. Use what your skill sets. And y'all said, Gary, how do I get into cannabis? What's the fastest way to get into cannabis? And I always say, use your existing skill sets. If you're an attorney, be a cannabis attorney. You're a doctor, be a cannabis doctor. Right? You're going to be light years ahead of everybody else because you already have that information. So you're just leveraging that existing knowledge base, ladies and gentlemen. It's the fastest way to do it and make it happen. So big up to you, Amanda, for getting in and understanding that concept and being able to monetize and get things in position pretty quickly. And the second thing that you said really was, doing what you do best, right? And that's another thing that I preach all the time, right? To all of my business owners, all the people that I consult all the time, I'm always saying, guys, you got to delegate. You got to get rid of this crap. We should only be doing what we do in our businesses, the things that we truly love and that we accelerate at the best. That's what you're the best at. You should be doing that all day. Everything else that you don't like, delegate it, get rid of it, assign it to somebody
I always
else.
say that. I always say like division of labor as a concept exists for a reason,
right.
Conquer.
Absolutely, man. And that's what you got to do. Get it off the plate. And that's what you guys are doing there as well. So that's dope. And then the third thing I wanted to tap on too is using professionals to save time, ladies and gentlemen, right? We're not going to be out there searching for real estate and doing it. So you might not know all of the intricate details, but you might be really good at starting a business, at running a business, at doing everything else. Again, save your time, save your effort, utilize it where it needs to be so that you do not burn yourself out early. And you're going to get better results using the professionals and everyone who does it for a living. And they're really good and they love it, right?
I'll if it's okay, I'll give a quick anecdote. We are, we operate in New Jersey, but we also have several licenses in New York. And I was just listening to the Cannabis Control Board meeting on Thursday. And, we submitted something like, I think 26 applications and we got 7 licenses. And by the time we actually get to the end, maybe only 5 will come to fruition. Fingers crossed all of them, but I'm listening to this Cannabis Control Board meeting, and there's all of these operators who are, giving public comment, and they're like, we submitted 1 application and we, and they're basically they're going through all of their, the trials and tribulations. And a few of them are like, I spent all of my life savings on this one property, and now I find out that it's actually buffered out by another location, but I've already paid my deposit. I've done this and done that. And that is heartbreaking, but it, goes to this point where it goes to your point about hiring professionals, where we've already taken it to the end, where we know that the property is viable, where we know that we can get that license in that specific location. Whereas, if you're doing it and it kind of doesn't matter how smart you are or how involved in the industry you are, there are just so many unknowns that could come out of nowhere, and really, really totally hijack the entire process. And you might be really far down the line, you might be 6 figures in, and something comes up. And so that's why I really love our business model. It really allows for taking that guesswork out for people. And like I said, it was just so heartbreaking listening to these comments on Thursday, people talking about, all the money and the time that they spent on a license that they're ultimately probably never going to get.
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing the cold hard truth right here. Amanda's giving you the cold hard truth. And that's
I know. What a bummer to start.
That's okay. No, this is good, Amanda. Everybody this is what they need, the realness, right? Because if everybody goes in misinformed, your expectations are misaligned, and that's what crushes people from continuing the process. My thing is to make sure everyone's educated. Yes. We all know what we're getting into, and that way, if you win or lose, doesn't matter. We're going to keep going because you knew what to expect. So that's what you're doing here, man. Just setting expectations.
You know, I'll say one more thing too before we get into questions. But I'm here at Benzinga, and New Jersey is a hot topic here, and yes. I'm talking to another attorney who specializes in New Jersey and New York, and she was saying, and this is a sentiment I keep hearing throughout the course of the day, was that these conditional New Jersey licenses are what's the word they're worthless.
Exactly.
And I hated to hear it because I think there absolutely is value in getting that conditional license. You're making sure that your ownership structure is sound, and that that you have all of the SOPs approved by the state, this and that. But ultimately, and this goes back to this real estate talk, like if you do not have a property, and if you cannot find a property in a locality that will allow you to license and operate, then that conditional license isn't really it's not worth much. You have to find a place that will house you.
Absolutely. That's the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. That conditional right now means nothing, and it didn't mean nothing for quite some time because there was thousands of them running around, and everybody thought that piece of paper was going to get them to the next step, but it really wasn't, because the investors understand that there's a whole bunch of people with those conditionals, and you have to have a little bit more than that before you got to have property control, you got to have your approvals and things from the municipality before you become investable. And unless you're going internally with your own internal network, friends and family, but if you're going to outside investors, you got to have it before they're interested. Unfortunately, that's the name of
do you? This is my understanding, and I'm curious to know if you agree that a lot of these people with these conditional licenses are out there trying to find property, and they're really struggling to find that property. To find a locality. Is that's that's hearing too?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. You got some of those people that have the gotten a conditional, and they were struggling to find actual property that fit, that they had a time limit, and many of those times were running out. I had several of my clients doing the same thing, and the time, but the conditionals are running out, it's expiring, so we had to request extensions.
1 year, 2 years, or something.
I forgot what it was, like 160 days. I think it's like 160 days. No, it's only like 120, 160 days, and then it expires. Your conditional expires.
So heartbreaking to go through that process with your conditional, and then to have it lapse because you couldn't get the property.
Exactly. Now the good thing is
hide under the covers after this.
Right. The good thing is the CRC understood the conundrum that everybody was going through, so they've been very lenient with extensions. All of my clients have gotten multiple extensions without.
Oh, great. That's really good to hear.
Yeah, so they do understand that, and that was good. Now the second thing is, having these properties, like you said, in the municipalities and having problems. Now, Amanda, you blew through it and you said some buzzwords, and I want to get you. I'm going to take you back and make you explain what you said there real fast, everybody, because it's like this. It's like bread and butter to you, right? But everybody else, you said you get a property and then not realize they're buffered out. Now, all y'all listen up to what, Amanda, I want you to explain what you were referring to when you say that, right? Because it's dangerous of getting properties.
It's very dangerous.
All good, it's in the green zone, everything's good, everything looks good, and then booyah, they hit you with a hammer. So I want you to explain a little bit about that.
Oh, I love talking about this. So happy to. So every state's different. Every state, has slightly different rules, but we'll use New Jersey as an example. So in New Jersey, the state has state regulations, right? And part of those regulations will, they'll set what they call buffers or setbacks, right? And so it'll typically be like, 600 or 1,000 feet from parks, churches, rehabilitation centers, schools, and again, it kind of varies by state, but almost always you're going to see these state regulations have these what they call like a minimum setback. So no matter what, every cannabis storefront in New Jersey will have to follow these rules. So that's one part. Then you have to go look at the locality. So the municipality, and sometimes it'll be the city or it'll be the county, and they are allowed to set additional parameters. And in some cases, they're allowed to say like, actually, we don't want to, we don't abide by the state rules, and we want to get rid of the buffers. That's that's a rare case. But so you have to follow you have to follow the state rules, the state regulatory buffer rules, and then you have to go and look at the city, because the city will have planning rules or some sort of local ordinance that says you can only operate in this zone, or maybe you can only operate in a commercial zone, or if it's cultivation, you can only operate in an agricultural or industrial zone. And then they'll also have additional maybe setback rules. So say the state says you can't be 1,000 feet from the school, but the city might be, actually, we think you can't be 600 feet. So so you have to go. So these are huge, important. I mean, maybe the most important part of cannabis licensing is to make sure that property is compliant. So I just in my few years at CannaZoned, I've probably had half a dozen properties that we have secured. We paid the deposit, we're executing a purchase agreement or whatever, and then I find out that actually, the city just passed an ordinance, and this will happen too. It'll just pass an ordinance and say this one recently happened to us in New York. So they the locality just passed an ordinance which said you couldn't be within 200 feet of a residential zone. So anything that's designated R. And so we, we're building out this store, and all of a sudden we have to, we lose our deposit. We cannot be licensed there. The state will not allow us to relocate. So that's it. So we lost it. We had to lick our wounds and move on. Or you can sue if you want to, but it's that almost never works out, and it's costly and long.
Right.
So this is a very, very important thing. And so I would recommend going to the city and saying, hey, this is the property I have. Can you give me, a lot of times the cities will do what's called like a zoning verification letter. Right. So you pay them $20 and you say like, hey, send me a letter that says like I am zoned correctly. Right. And then, and if you want to make sure that you meet all the buffer requirements, like I've hired professional mapping services before. It's a couple $1,000s, but if it saves you the heartache of investing six figures into a property only to have it only to later find out that it's not viable, like it really is worth it. So, again, this is what I was saying, to go back to this thing where it's like, it's difficult to be an expert at this kind of thing. And I am an expert. This is my life's work.
Right. And it's still hard, right? It is still, you know what I'm saying? It's still hard. After a man has been through this, been doing it forever, I'm telling you, this is just a struggle, guys. Cannabis is just it's that way. And that's the reason why I love it. Actually, I love the unknowns. I love the craziness, because it just makes
the frontier, the
exactly
the wild
west. We're doing it all. We have to absorb it. We're going to have the craziest stories to tell, but we are developing and creating the fabric of the entire industry. So these conversations that we're talking right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of the insider information that you don't hear outside of the game. You just see people popping up and you think it was all sweet and dandy, but no, there was a bazillion other people that didn't make it, and those who did make it had to lick their wounds and get through the whole process to just stay all the way there. So Amanda, you made a good point.
It might not have been their first attempt, so I actually I'll give a fun, this is not a fun story, it's a bummer story, but we submitted an application in Monroe Township, Williamstown, and made it all the way through like the site plan. We hired architects to do renderings and we hired architects to do floor plans. We hired an artist to do renderings. We contracted with an engineer. He does a site plan. We have a local land use attorney. So thousands and thousands of dollars into this process. And it's hard to find property in New Jersey. So what we found was a law office. And this guy was like, okay, I'm willing to sell this to you, but we'd have to change the use because it's going from an office space to a retail space. And there was what I thought was plenty of parking. I think there was 9 or 12 spaces. But what I hadn't considered was that when you change the use, the parking goes, I think it's something like for an office space, it's like, I don't know, 1 parking spot for every 500 square feet. But when you go to from office to retail, it's 1 parking space for every 150 square feet. Wow. So all of a sudden, the amount of parking that we have is not enough. And we, like I said, we've gone through this whole process. We're talking to planners. We're telling them like, okay, but the square footage that you're talking about, you're talking about the basement, but this is a retail space. No one's going in the basement. So like, do we really need to have, really need to have basis for that? And they're like, oh, that's a really good point. If you can promise us that you're not gonna, have any, customers in the basement, like, I think that could work. So great. Continue along in the process. We get to the planning board. We think we're getting approved. We get to the planning board meeting. Sorry, I don't remember. It's a drizzly Tuesday night at this planning board meeting, and there was 2 planning commissioners or planning board members who just, I don't know if they don't like cannabis or they didn't like us or whatever it was, or they didn't want it in that area, but they were like, that's not enough parking. I don't care what you say. You say that you're not going to let people in the basement. How do we know that? We don't believe this isn't going to be enough parking. You're right off of a busy highway. Like, it's going to cause congestion. Like, if people can't find parking, then they're going to park in the residential neighborhood down the street. And
oh my gosh, that's how they do. They start opening up a can of worms. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, I've been through more than a dozen of these municipality meetings, and I will tell you, just like Amanda's saying, it could be 1 or 2 bad apples that just open up a whole bunch of can of worms. And then council members, all of a sudden, one council member's got some problem out of the blue, and they start going off, and there's nothing you can do.
Do you think there's, is it corrupt? Like, maybe someone might be like, actually, I want my cousin to get the license, so I'm going to say no to all these. Yeah. I know. I hate to be
We're in Jersey. We're in Jersey, the home of the sharks, man. The home of the sharks, okay? No, everybody's a shark out this bug, and I don't put nothing past everybody. Everybody's going for theirs. You know what I mean? So I mean, and I can't even, I can't even knock the hustle because everybody's going for it. You got to do what you got to do, man. This is not a fair game. Unfortunately, y'all, it's not a fair game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you want to play something fair, you might want to get out cannabis, all right?
No, Gary, I agree. But I will say, like, we play fair. You know what I mean? Like, we're not bribing anyone. We're not doing it, and it works out for us. It doesn't always work out, but I think I think it can be done. You just have to.
Absolutely.
You just have to go in, like you said, with eyes open, knowing that it maybe not, it's not going to always work out.
Yes, and let me correct. I mean, yes, you could. It's a dirty game, and yes, from the other side, it means that it's unfair from all of the rules and regulations. Just like Amanda was talking about, they'll switch stuff on you in a drop of a second. First they said this, now they said this. I mean, they went through so many things, so many lawsuits in Jersey City and other places because they had one thing that the ordinance said and it wasn't clear. They pointed it out. They had to change it. But in the meantime, they had these people that were too close to each other, all this stuff, y'all. And that's the part that I say, we don't control it. It's unfair, but we got to deal with it. It's part of the game, So, yeah, so a lot of that going on, man. We see a lot of those in council meetings and things like that. And that's good to know, y'all. All of this information is good to know. If you come in equipped, I wish I would have known all of what I'm sharing with you guys and Amanda's sharing with you guys now at the beginning of my foray, because it was such a learning curve and a hard one to do it in real time. So Amanda, I want to get into I want to get into some other stuff here because this is good. We done went off. We already 40 minutes in and we didn't even get.
I know.
This is good. No, this is all freestyle. That's what I'm talking about, man. You could just blow it off the top of the head, and that's dope. Now, another thing you said that was really important too, guys. When you go to repurpose or reuse a place, right? Things change. Like you were talking about, it was an office and switching to retail. Now you got to go to the planning board, and now they're going to freak out because of this or that or this or that. I was just dealing with one of my other regular clients, and they were doing something in their facility, and they wanted to just do some 10-foot installation of some small little thing in the middle of their bar. And the planning board took them like 8 months to go through the planning board for just one little piece of construction inside their regular store. This is not even a cannabis store, y'all. This is a regular.
How do any businesses run? Like, how?
Yeah, I know.
It's so.
It was like a tiny installation, man. It took them like 9 months to get them to approve this tiny.
Yeah, and that's you saying that's your non-cannabis business, right?
They're non-cannabis. This is when after cannabis got me acclimated to these boards and municipal, council meetings and planning. Now I said, wow, I didn't know this whole world. It's another world that exists. It's
another world with its own language and its own politics, and
it really is.
It's wild. Yeah, I know. And I say this all the time, and I'll say it here for your the cannabis regulatory system is punitive. Mm-hmm. Like the hoops that they make you jump through there's no other industry like it in the world. They're penalizing us, you know, like right. The way that it's not there's nothing there. This is not inherently like it's like they view it as like you know, sinister. Like we're in the same category, you know, like when you look up uses in like local ordinances, you'll see it's like massage parlors, what tattoo parlors, but you know, you're being put on these like they're basically like just you know, painting you with the same brush as like all of these things that are considered what's the word, like
sketchy, yeah, sketchy type businesses. I know what you're saying. Yeah. The ones that notoriously have something sketch with them, they're just lumping us into that same group all automatic.
Right, that's right. And I'm just, it's so, you know, do you remember when COVID hit and dispensaries and storefronts got categorized as like an essential use? I feel like that was the first and only time I can remember where it was like something nice, something good.
Yes.
We were considered an essential service. I thought that was like really showing like a sea change in perception, but you know, it's yeah,
it really was. We all were happy, very happy about that. Then they gave us the essential tag because they never like to do anything nice for cannabis, say anything nice for cannabis, right? So they gave us the essential tag, and that was really dope. So, you know, we got to continue to move it forward, guys. The more that we continue to do great business, the more that we show these towns that we are just nothing but a regular business. This is just a regular retail business. The more that they put the guards down, the more that these other states and other towns will start to follow suit, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why it's important for all of us in the game to play, just like Amanda said, do everything by the book. Keep everything tight on our end, on our side, everything tight, so that they can't have a complaint. They can't nitpick us. They can't do anything but say these guys are official. They've really showed stand-up business acumen, and they have contributed to the community. And that's what we want to continue to do, y'all. So, Amanda, I got to get into some real estate questions now. Everybody. All right, y'all. We're going to learn something, everybody. Get your pens and pads out real quick. I'm about to get y'all a free consultation, $10,000 consultation right now, free from Amanda right here. You would have to pay this to get this kind of information, but she's going to share it with us, guys. So get your pen and pads out right now. All right, here we go. What are some of the advantages, Amanda, of buying versus leasing? Buying versus leasing. This is very important, y'all. Pay attention to this. This is the advantages of buying versus leasing. There's some big differences here. I want to hear from Amanda. Let us know what is the big advantage of buying versus leasing.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people get, you know, intimidated by the startup costs of opening a store, right? And that makes a lot of sense. And part of that is the real estate, you know? And so they might think like, oh, if I lease, actually like that's much lower, you know, less risk. But let me tell you, purchasing is such a safer bet. And look, there might be cases where leasing might make sense, but here's what I'm going to say. If you purchase a property, you ultimately have total control, right? So, if you lease, you can be like basically held hostage by the landlord, and we've seen this. If you draft a lease where it's like 1 5-year term, then at the end of those 5 years, they, you know, say you're paying $10,000 a month. All of a sudden, they know that you are an established business in that spot, and they know that if you have to relocate, then you might lose your license, you might lose all of your customers, and so they basically they can hold you hostage. Now I want $20,000 a month. Right. So that's a huge problem. The other thing I'll say too, if you are going to lease, you need to absolutely make sure that the locality and the state will allow you to relocate. So in a lot of places, if you relocate, you lose your license. You can your license runs with the land. And so I'll say kind of related to that is if you live in a state like, or if you're operating a business in a state like New Jersey, it also requires a land use approval. So it's not just the cannabis license. You don't just have to get the cannabis license from the state and from the city. You also have to get a land use approval. So that's a site plan or a conditional use permit. Those things run with the land, and they can take months. They can take years. So every place in New Jersey, you're allowed to relocate. So they will allow you to change the state will allow you to change your location. Whether the city will, I don't know. That depends. It depends on the city. But if you do relocate, no matter what, you're going to have to submit this new site plan. So that's engineering. That's hiring an engineer, like I was talking about before, hiring a land attorney, hiring an architect to come do your floor plans. You have to get all of those approvals, and then you have to submit a change of location request at the local and the state level. This is a 6-month process minimum.
Wow.
Could be a year.
Wow.
In the meantime, what if your lease is running out? And and what, you're going to shut down during that time? If you shut down, the state might revoke your license because you have to be operational. So there's all of these issues. If you're leasing, you run the risk of being at the mercy of your landlord. Now, so in some localities, like we or some states, like our business model is to lease. And the way that you can be smart about it. So you negotiate, here's the initial lease term, maybe it's 5 or 10 years, and then you always include, like, let's make sure there's 1 or 2 or 3 options to extend for another 5 years, and they can never charge you above market, or they can only charge you 105% or 5% above market, or whatever it is. So there's ways to navigate it, but honestly, it's very scary. So what if this landlord sells to another person? They sell their property to someone else, and that's always allowed. You'll never sign a lease that says that the owner can't sell, right?
Right. Wow, this is good stuff, y'all. Y'all better be listening. This is good stuff, man. The man is going in right here. Y'all listen up. I'm telling you. Go ahead. Say it, man.
I know, I'm just off.
I'm thinking you telling me stuff that I ain't even thinking about. You're right. You're right. The landlord, they's looking at this like, oh, you know what? I could just flip this. I could sell it to somebody else. When their lease is up, I could either hit them over the head, or I could sell it to them. And look how easy they got you all the way by the cojones, man. What you're in. They got you.
Sell it to someone who doesn't like cannabis. They don't want cannabis in their whatever strip mall or whatever it is. And so, like, you unless you have an ironclad lease that like, specifically enumerates that cannabis use is allowed, then then you might be losing you might be losing the property, in that case. So it's tough.
Yeah, man. Those are some things to worry about, guys. And that's the reason why you look at buying versus leasing, right? And if you're going to lease, you need to have some more bulletproof type of terms in there to make sure that this doesn't happen to you, right? And some of the landlords are very savvy, and they want to make sure that you don't have those terms, or they want to manipulate those terms. So I've gone back and forth with so many landlords with these terms, and some of them are very swift. They know what they're doing. And, they're going to try to get the best for them, and you got to do the same on your side. But that's some of the... That's some of the tug and pull.
That's the other thing too. It's like, everyone thinks that cannabis is the green rush, right? Like everyone when they see, oh, you're a cannabis operator, they get dollar signs in their eyes, and you might be whereas if you're purchasing, like you really don't have to disclose like what you're purchasing. If you're leasing, you have to say I'm operating a cannabis store. If you buy, you don't have to say like what you're buying for, and they don't care as long as you have money. So
that's a significant difference, y'all. That is a significant difference. Like what Amanda just said again, y'all. So the first time you call these landlords, that's the first question out of their mouth. What's the use? What's the use? What is the use? And soon as you say cannabis, you hear them take a pause, and you see the dollar signs start floating in their minds. So that is the danger. And what we've been going through in New Jersey consistently, we've been getting one price. As soon as we say cannabis, they double it. It's 5,000. As soon as I say cannabis, it's 10,000. Right? As they just think that is all this money. And that's the reason why you need professionals like Amanda who can go in and help the landlord understand from using their own language that, okay, listen, Mr. Building owner, this is not like what you think, okay? And we need to be reasonable. We need to make sure that these tenants are going to be good tenants and stay in your building. So let's work together to get a good rate and blah, blah, blah. And don't use these inflated, crazy thinking, what you've been seeing on the news. This is not that. These are small, independent operators. And you need professionals like Amanda who knows how to talk that talk, who's going to get in the landlord's head. And that's what makes them put their guard down and start to deal with you fair and just, So Amanda, that's why you need people like them. That is why you need CannaZonedMLS. That's why you need them, y'all. That's why you need Amanda. make it happen, y'all, and make sure you get it done right. All right, next up, real quick, man, because I don't want to keep you all day because I know you got a rocket benzine and everything else. So we're going to try to blow through these. All right. What are the biggest headaches? Well, you talked about delays from the municipality level, right? Going through the municipality, state level, all of the delays that happen. I know that that's just a big headache. We kind of covered that. So I'm going to say this. How do you assist Canna operators who are already in a lease, Amanda? How does CannaZonedMLS help those people that are already in a lease who want to buy their building? Say I'm a guy, I'm leasing it. I said, I didn't set up all of those terms, Amanda. I listened to you on Gary's webinar and I didn't set up all those terms. And now I'm scared. And you know what? I think I want to move towards a buy. So now I'm leasing. Amanda, can you help me flip to a buy? And what do I need to know?
Yeah. So, okay. That's really interesting question. So, I mean, it totally depends on where you are, right? So like, or where you're actually operating. So for example, like say you're in a strip mall, you're unit A of 5 units, like in that case, like probably doesn't make sense to buy because then you'd have to own the entire property and probably the owner might not want to sell. So let's take a step back and say like first you need to assess whether it makes sense to buy that property that you're currently operating in, right? So if it doesn't make sense to buy, in the example that I just gave, what I would do is make sure that if you're leasing, start those negotiations really early. So say you still have 2 years on the lease. This is the time right now to start renegotiating those terms so that when it comes up, when the end of the lease does come, you're not scrambling to try to make a deal and you're desperate to get them to sign. And so you're going to say yes to something that you might not have said yes to if you actually had the time to really negotiate. That's giving them, but so that's one circumstance. Another one is like, so say it is a standalone building and you want to buy, like, that is the only thing you can do really is go to the landlord and say like, hey, I'd like to buy this property, and maybe it does involve like paying above market. So, you're gonna want to find out like what properties in that area are going for so that you can give them a fair offer. So that's one, you can try to buy it. And that's totally going to depend on, that specific location, whether the property owner is open to it, whether, it's a good market to whether they're interested in selling. A third option is to, think about relocating. So like I said, if you find something you want to buy, you don't have to disclose it. That you're purchasing it for cannabis use. So maybe find a spot, like a bigger spot, or like, a spot that, that you can grow into that has more parking or, something that you like, right? Again, give yourself plenty of time. Right. What you're going to want to do is then, if you're in New Jersey, like I said, if you want to relocate, so say you live in say you are operating in a city that does allow you to relocate, start that process a year before your lease ends and maybe try to move into a new location. So you want to make sure that you get all of that. So I guess those are the three options.
That's really good. That's really good, man. And that was good. That was good right there, ladies and gentlemen. You heard what she said. That was the most important thing. Start early. 2 years minimum to work out the details, because it's a long process whether or not you're going to get that location, whether you have to move to another location. Guys, it's all about being proactive and starting early, knowing what you want to do, planning it out, plotting it out. That was the main takeaway that Amanda just gave us, guys. Make sure you start early so that you can negotiate and so that you can make a move properly in the right way. So that was really good. These guys, man, you guys are shooting up some good questions. I'm going to have to go to a couple of questions here because they're going crazy in here, man. And sure. They want to know, do you practice in New Jersey and NY? They're looking to hire you, Amanda.
Yeah. So we do. We're based in Michigan, but yes, we work in New Jersey, New York, Florida, Texas, Illinois, Missouri, and Ohio. So and we're always looking to expand. So yes, if you guys have any questions, we absolutely please contact me about licensing or licenses in New Jersey and New York, because we have stores all over New York and all over New Jersey that we're trying to sell right now.
Yes. So Amanda, yes, guys, ladies and gentlemen, you can contact her. Guess what? I'm going to put up her email address while we're talking and everything so that you can reach out to her, okay? And you can hit her up and get some help if you need it, all right? Big up to that. Brent's been on it, Brent. I see you all day, brother. We popping these questions. Brent wants to learn. He needs some information. He said, do we need attorneys in all states we operate in? He said, I'm on the web. Are there attorneys that have all the info on all 50 states? Damn, Brent, that's a lot to learn. I don't know if attorneys got on all 50, man. That's a lot. There's so many rules and regulations. But anyway, do you need attorneys in all states we operate in is the gist of Brent's question here, Amanda.
Do we need? Yeah. So look, no, you don't need you don't need an attorney. And like all of the stuff that I know, like I've learned through practice, right? And I think a non-attorney can also learn. But that being said, like these again, when it comes to cannabis, there's the state regulations and then there's the local ordinances, right? So it's legal language, right? So like it is difficult to understand. Like I have specific training that helps me to be able to read these and understand them. And so if I were you, for my own peace of mind, it is really nice to have attorneys, on the clock to just make sure that you're really understanding every piece. And look, I'm an attorney and I have attorneys. I work with outside law firms, local law firms in almost every single state that we operate in. I have a local attorney that I will contact. So you'll when you work in cannabis law, like there are some through lines that it kind of is the same in every state. You know what I mean? Like no matter what, you're going to have buffers. No matter what, you're going to have some sort of local license and a state license, and they all of these things vary slightly by state, but you'll start to see themes kind of be pulled out. So you can start to you can really understand a lot about every state because you've been in another state, but every state has different and unique rules. And so it really does help to have an expert. And then also it really helps to have, because these lawyers are, almost also like de facto lobbyists, right? So like they're attending these, they're attending the CRC meetings in New Jersey and they know like, oh, this is the, they have their finger on the pulse, right? So like it can really give you insider information that you couldn't possibly, like I couldn't keep up on every state that we operate in. I couldn't keep up on all of that. So like it is really nice to have like someone there. But no, you don't need to be an attorney, and you don't need to have an attorney. But it really does give you peace of mind to know that there's someone who's an expert in that. And I guess it doesn't even have to be an attorney. It could be a consultant who operates in that city, or like a lobbyist even. So just find yourself an expert.
Somebody who has the fabric. Someone who understands the fabric of where you are. That was a great answer, Amanda, by the way. Coming from an attorney, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the attorney keep it real with you and tell you, no, you don't have to have an attorney, but here's the reason why you might want to have an attorney, right? That's keeping it real and saying, man, listen, you can learn it. If you really want to go hard, you really want to get into fabric, everything, you really want to go crazy and learn all the rules, you can do it. But yeah, it's going to take you some time. And there's a lot of information that you do have to keep your finger on the pulse. And just like you said, just like Amanda says, whether, as an attorney, whether it's a person like me who's all in it, that's in it every day for a living, we're going to understand and know lots of other things that other people are not going to know. The average Joe Schmo is going to know. And that information is priceless. It really is. It does help you in many, many ways sometimes to have that insider information so that you don't make mistakes or deal with certain towns that are gaming or doing this or what, so all that kind of crazy stuff going on. So big up Amanda for keeping it real with Real Canna family and letting us know the goodness there. All right, we're going to ask another question here. This one's up from SKG360 back in the building. What's up, SKG? You back in the building, baby. All right, how does Amanda finance the real estate purchases? Seller financing, private equity? This is what SK360 wants to know, Amanda. Let's talk about financing a little bit here. The big question of the day. Finance. How do we get the bread? How do we make it happen? What resources does CannaZonedMLS have to help us get the finance and everything else to make up?
This is a really tricky piece, right? So it's difficult, not to be able to get like a traditional mortgage like you would when you buy your first home or whatever. Because it is still federally illegal, and most banks are federally insured, or they or in multiple states, so that makes them, a national branch or a national bank, then they're not going to want to, they're not going to want to give you the money, right? It will be a very difficult process. Now you can lie and not tell them what it's for, but that also, that creates a whole new set of problems, because if they do find out, then they can pull the loan, pull the mortgage, and then you're in an even worse situation, because now you have this license and you're tied to this property. So I don't recommend doing that. So it is about trying to find, be independently wealthy. That's one option for you. Another is
be a trust fund baby, then you'll be all right. Number one. Say you be a trust fund baby. If you're a trust fund baby, you'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Just crack open the fund and extract the dollars you need, right? No, but for everybody else, what do we?
For all the rest, yeah. So there's you can try to find investors. And that's fine, but that also comes with its own headaches, right? You're going to have to, like you were saying before, it's like having a conditional license isn't enough anymore to get those investors. You need to show that you have a location. You need to show. So that's one way, but that is difficult. There's taking out personal loans, there's things like that. But CannaZone we will do, and this is another option, is trying to find, like you said, seller financing, right? So I'm selling this property plus the license together, and I know, working with a company like CannaZone can really help you with this, because we know the unique situation that people are in with cannabis, and that is that it's difficult to get funding, and so we will help finance the deal. And like I said, so that is like, and it doesn't have to be us, but it really is like great to have someone who is like a cannabis consultant, or whatever, a cannabis company that works with cannabis businesses, or only with cannabis businesses, because we know that it's difficult to find the funding, and so we will offer seller financing for that.
Yes.
But a lot of times our buyers, our buyers are people who have been in the business for a long time, and they are able to pay outright. So, you are, just know that if you're a small operator, you are competing against, those bigger entities who can put the $2 million down or whatever it is,
Right. Yes. And you heard that. That's a very important point, Amanda made. Some of those individuals out there with a deep pocket are just going to come in and pay out, drop the cash. Those other operators, those MSOs, quasi MSOs, people who already been in other states, they're coming in and they're dropping cash.
Right.
I witnessed that firsthand on many properties that I was going after. They would list them on Sunday. I call them on Monday, and it was gone. And I was like, what the heck? Who was up Sunday night and saw this thing at the same time? I made the phone call and purchased it before I even got to the guy in the morning. But many of those guys told me, and I didn't believe some of the landlords. They actually sent me screenshots of the LOIs of them, and they were like, no, I'm telling you, the guys are coming to pay cash tomorrow. And I was like, what? Yeah, I'm like, damn. It's like they're bringing a suitcase tomorrow. And I was like, holy man. I was like, how can we compete with that? So guys, this is what you gotta understand who we're playing with, right? Some of these other people are coming in and drop it down, and they're going to outbid you. I've been in many scenarios where they just went over us. We had it in the can, and they went around to talk to the landlord, got in their head, gave more money, and the landlord said, man, listen, I'm out of here, man. I'm sorry. I like you, Gary. I love you, man. But you know what? Money talks. My kid got to go to school. I got a university. Everybody starts getting real. Ain't no love after that when the money starts talking, y'all. So you just got to play the win. You got to put multiple irons in the fire, and you got to keep it going. And you hear what Amanda said. You hear the amount of numbers of properties. You said 22 different properties, right, that you were dealing with. And you said how many of them actually got through so far?
We submitted, 26 applications, and we got 7 ultimately.
Wow.
And that is New York, and that's because you submit the application, and then they randomly assigned you a number. Mm-hmm. So 2,000 people submitted applications, and the 7 that got picked just happened to have like a number 25, number 196, number 1, and so it was in New York, totally random. And then of those 7, 2 of them we found out later, one was zoned incorrectly, and the other one I was mentioning before, it was one of those ones that they said you can't be within 200 feet of a residential zone, and this was something new that they passed. So those 2, I'm hoping the state will allow us to relocate, but if not, we're going to lose those. So you really start with a lot, and if you're a single operator, you just don't have you don't have the resources to be submitting all of those applications. And then like maybe you're an operator who you live in Manhattan, and you're not you don't want to be submitting applications all over the state hoping you get one of them, and then you're having to relocate even though you live in New York City. It's just a tough.
It is. It's really tough, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many barriers, so many things. And after I was working with clients, and we were going into leasing, and we started to look at purchasing. And then we ran into the other problem, of course, which is cannabis is federally illegal, and all of the banks are FDIC insured.
That's right.
All right. So they were all saying, no, we can't do this, we can't do that. So that became another hurdle that we had to jump, ladies and gentlemen. So I do have a resource. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I do have a resource for any of you guys that are looking for a cannabis-based mortgage. I do have some resources for you. It took me forever to find these things. I don't share them with everybody, you know what I mean? But if you really need, holla at me, hit me up. Y'all know how to find me. I do have some resources to help us, ladies and gentlemen, to get past it. It took me forever to find these resources, but I do have some things to help you according to your fight.
Oh, that's awesome, Gary. That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yes. We always got to help, man, everybody else, man, and make it over the hump so that we can get our whole industry popping fully and right way and really make it flourish, and so that we can all benefit from it from the long run, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm just going to tell everybody out there in the audience, you guys all watching, big up to you for sticking in and watching the whole entire thing. Nobody dropped off the entire time. Listen to Amanda. They loved it, Amanda. They were here the entire time. Big up to you guys. Don't give up. Keep the fight going. Put it together. And if you didn't make it through one process, guys, don't give up. There's a million other gazillion ways to get in the cannabis industry. This is an entire industry. If you didn't get a retail license, forget it, retail license. Move on to something else. If you didn't get that, move on to something else. Guess what? There's going to be a whole bunch of non-flower touching businesses that are going to usurp and make more money than the flower touching guys. So don't keep your eyes all focused on that like that's the bread and butter. Listen, there's many other businesses that you could start way faster, get profitable way faster, do less headache, all this other stuff. So it's about your own flow. Man. You know what I mean? What do you say about that, Amanda? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, for sure. That's such a good point. There's so many, kind of burgeoning businesses that are thriving but are not plant touching, right? So like you're the company that makes the machine that rolls the joints. You're the company that makes the machine that does the testing. You're you are a security company that contracts great so there's like a security company that hires like all ex-military, and they're cannabis specific, and there's lots of ways to get into this industry and make money and be helpful that isn't plant touching, and there's so many benefits of that. Like, of course, to our retail storefront owners, like, you're fighting the good fight, and like, of course, keep doing that. But if you don't have the stomach for it, there's so many ways to get into this industry and not have to deal with cannabis. And then that way, like you said, you're not dealing with the issues of financing, because you're not you're not having to deal with like the federal illegality of it all, and you can still charge kind of a premium because it is a cannabis business. Like those security guards, you're paying a premium for them because they're skilled in in providing cannabis security, which is different than normal, and so if you're like selling a machine that does the testing, you can charge a premium because it's a very niche market or skill set or whatever. So there are definitely ways to get into the business without actually having to sell or grow the weed or distribute.
Exactly. Many different ways, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't want any of you guys to get discouraged, because this is what it's all about when it comes to business. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been through a bazillion different businesses, grown them, failing them, grown them, keep going. You know what? Many of them.
You're one of the businesses. You're up. You're one of the plant touching businesses that's,
exactly. That was one of the first ones in who figured it out. I was making money in cannabis 6 years ago before anybody was making money in cannabis, right? It's all about I was using my existing skill sets, right? 27-year-old digital marketing agency. I was filling events for all the big motivational coaches, authors, and speakers all across the country in Vegas and LA and all that good stuff. And I decided to take what I was passionate about, apply it to my same skill sets, and do shows for my own damn self and blow it up and make it happen. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. You take a need and you make it into a business. That's what I do all the time. I take my own personal needs and I turn them into businesses. It's the greatest thing of all time, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot, Brent, thank you for reminding me. Amanda's email's right there, ladies and gentlemen. Amanda at CannaZonedMLS. That's nice, Steve. We could even say that. Amanda at CannaZonedMLS.com is her email, ladies and gentlemen. Reach out to her, man, because she's a wealth of information. You see how cool she is. She would really help you out, man. I only bring people on here that are about that life, that really like to help other individuals, man, and have a great personality. And Amanda's one of them. So big up to her, man, for sharing all this great information today. This is so much good stuff. Staying on extra why she's at Benzinga conference and she's still in here grinding it out and making it happen. That's what I'm talking about, multitasking and get it done. Now, Amanda, one last question before I let you go.
Sure.
How do you help landlords? Anybody who's a building owner, got something in the green zone. Maybe you purchased something in the green zone. Maybe you want to get something in the green zone. That's a whole nother play, y'all, too. Oh, by the way, yes, that is a whole nother play with Amanda and them doing. You could also participate in getting properties and making them available to other people and doing other stuff. But say I'm a landlord with a building, Amanda, in the green zone. And I don't know what to do. I know nothing about cannabis, but I just discovered I got a building in the green zone. How can I call CannaZonedMLS and can they be of service to me? If I'm the landlord, I just discovered I'm in the green zone. Holy crap. Yeah. Cha-ching. So now they call Amanda, how can you help those individuals?
Yeah, I was as you're asking this question, I was like, wait, I could help them.
Right?
No, that there and again, it's not just us. There are a lot of cannabis brokers that will, can help you sell your property, help you market your property. But the thing about the cannabis industry is it's an insular market. Everyone knows each other, everyone's connected. So you just gotta plug that property, like place it right in a spot where it's just getting eyes on it, right? So send it to me. I'll help you. I can tell you, because there's going to be a few different things, right? So like I can let you know if it's a viable property, right? So like, maybe it's in the green zone, right? But like I said, maybe there's a zoning issue, maybe there's a setback issue, maybe you're in a city that only allows 6 licenses, and those 6 licenses have already been awarded. So there's all these other things to consider. Like, it's not just enough to be in the green zone. There are a lot of other factors. So you want to vet the property. One thing that you can do is like, I talked about that zoning verification letter. If you want to be taken seriously by like a company like me or other companies, the more information that you have, the better. So if you come to me, if I get an email from a property owner, and they've already done some research and they're like, here's my zoning verification letter. I've already talked to the city. They say it's a viable place. Like that is going to go a long way in making sure that in your credibility, right? So, but so I would say, like, if you are maybe you don't want to sell the property, maybe you just want to lease it because you want to kind of benefit from an increased rental rate, like that. That's something that, these are things that, you might want to get in contact with a company like us. It's going to help you get the property on the right eyes on that property.
Yeah, most definitely, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to need a professional like Amanda to help you get that thing and pass all of the rigmarole and the red tape and all of that. If you want to save headache and time, man, just go to the professionals. I do that all the time. I'm not trying to sit there and Google everything and YouTube University. It's going to take too long. We're in business, y'all. So we got to hurry up.
And you might not have the right information.
Exactly.
It might not be right. And like I said, things change all of the time. Like, I can't tell you how many times I'll look up a news article come up and say in Atlantic City they're issuing tons of licenses. Find out that 1 month later the CRDA, their casino redevelopment agency, stopped issuing cannabis licenses. So you might be looking at something, you might be looking at an ordinance that was passed 3 months ago, or whatever, and that's no longer the most current information. So you know, you really...
Great point, Amanda. I've been through that so many times, man. When they gave us, they had ordinances online, and then we went up there and we said, where is this ordinance come from? And we go to a meeting, or they give you something else, and all of a sudden there's a whole new ordinance, and it's not online, it's not anywhere else.
Maybe they haven't even passed it yet, but by the time you get your property and submit your application, it'll be in place, which means that you're those rules. Yeah.
Lots of crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you need professionals, man. You cannot keep up with all this crap on your own. I mean, you can, but if you're doing all of that, you're going to be so stressed out, man. You're not going to have enough time to focus on some of the other things, important things that you need to be doing inside of the business. So I encourage everybody, big up to Amanda. That's right, man. Amanda's dope. She's dropping it, right? That's right. SKG, she's dropping amazing value, man. Got to hop on another call. She gave us a lot. I told y'all this was a $10,000 consultation today that Amanda gave us, why she's on the road, why she's busy, why she's occupied, why she's multitasking, and she still gave it all and dropped it all down. So big up to her, y'all. Come on, y'all. We got to take it out with a bomb. Amanda, I'm going to let you go, but is there any last things that you want to say today? Anything that you want to contribute? Anything else you want to let everybody know? How to reach you, all that good stuff, you can let them know right now. Yes.
No, that's it. Just please reach out if you have questions, if you have a property, you know, and I'll do what I can to help. And if I can't help, I can at least send you to someone who can.
Yes. Amanda in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to send her out with a blast. I need those A's in the chat. Give her those A's in the chat, y'all. She gave us a whole bunch of goodness today. We need A's in that chat for Amanda, man. Big up to her while she's down there in Florida, MIA, enjoying the sun and the goodness and the loveliness. Down in Bazinga, getting the money. Throw the A's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We got to show her love because she came through and showed us love and gave us a whole bunch of next level information. Big up to you, Amanda. Thank you so much. CannaZonedMLS, baby. CannaZonedMLS. Hold on, one more quick thing. I want you to talk about one more quick thing. I forgot. Some of the states, some of the cities that you guys had properties, I saw them coming out. I saw you had some in Atlantic City, saw you had some over in North Jersey, saw you had stuff in Michigan. What other states and cities can you rattle off of where you guys have, you know, where you've been, what you've had? Because you guys have done a lot of stuff. Yeah, I just want to kind of give them a quick idea.
Yeah, tons of stuff in Michigan. And we've had properties in Illinois and Connecticut. Those have since sold, but we might get more. New Jersey, we submitted applications in Florida and Texas. We're still waiting for those results. Hopefully soon. So we're all over, and I could rattle them all off, but it's changing all the time, and
I'm looking at the available properties now. They're different from when I looked last week. I see one in my
website. That'll have the most up-to-date info.
Yeah, guys, go to CannaZoned with a D, CannaZonedMLS, ladies and gentlemen. Go there. They got the properties. I'm on here clicking around right now. Got one in Montclair. One in Morrisville, New York. Utica, New York. Rochester, New York. They got them everywhere, y'all. This is going to help you go fast, ladies and gentlemen. If you're Toledo, Ohio, I see you guys are cracked in Ohio. Ohio's legal now. Let's go. Ohio, let's go. Let's go. See that? I see Williamstown, New Jersey. I see... Yeah, man, y'all got a lot. Guys, this is dope. This will shortcut your stuff like crazy. And you got a person like Amanda who already vetted, did everything, saving you all that headache. And guess what? Owning your property, though, we didn't even talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. If any of you are not familiar, I'm an M&A guy, mergers and acquisitions. But owning your property increases your exit value. That increases your exit value tremendously. The reason why I wanted to purchase properties more than anything was that it was just for the exit, because it's significantly more valuable when you own that property to sell that business versus a lease of that business. So that's also another great benefit of purchasing. Love it. All right, Amanda, we're going to let you go enjoy some of the sunlight, some of the good breeze, some of the good smoke, baby. Get ready for 420. Let's go. Thank you so much, Amanda. Again, appreciate everything. And thank y'all for throwing up A's in the chat, Jocelyn, Brett, all of y'all, man. Amanda gave us great stuff. And you guys can watch the replay on LinkedIn as well, man. LinkedIn will stream it live, and it'll be there if you need to go back and take some additional notes. We're going to bring Amanda back, guys. We're going to do more stuff with them. You're probably going to see her on stage at the conference here in Jersey, October. We're going to work out everything, make sure everybody's in the building, y'all, and give you all the resources. So thank you so much, Amanda. You enjoy your day down in Benzinga, and we're going to holler at you soon. All right? Let's go. Amanda in the building. See you later. Peace. Amanda's in the building, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Didn't I tell y'all? I'm going to bring out people who come and drop bombs. Drop bombs, man. We're not playing around. This is real deal information. Stuff you cannot Google, stuff you cannot find. I'm serious. Amanda just taught me some stuff, man. I didn't even think about that. When it's time to, you know what I mean, renegotiate those leases, man, them landlords got you hook, line, and sinker. That's a dangerous position to be in. Established company, and all of a sudden it's time to renegotiate the lease, and you've got some unscrupulous landlord who's seeing dollar signs, and another guy comes to him and says, hey, man, I don't want cannabis in this town. I'll buy it for double or something like that, right? How you going to fight? It's crazy, man. And like she said, none of them are obligated to keep that building. They could sell it to someone else. And if they sell it to someone else, that person's only obligated to maintain your existing lease. And after that lease, they can do whatever they want. So the landlord could change. All of a sudden, this new landlord is not even cannabis friendly or don't want it or whatever reason. And they try to oust you doing it legally by doing these dirty, legally they can do it. I won't call it dirty, but it's legal. But they can push you out that way, man. So big up. Tati. In the building. What's up, Jocelyn? Jocelyn, what's up, Jocelyn? Brandon, what's up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for participating, man. Blowing it up, giving Amanda love, man. Thank y'all so much for watching Real Canna, sticking in there, Melody. All of y'all. Once again, Real Canna in the building. We signing out, baby. Going to see y'all 420. Make sure you go to timber5.com. Dispensary in Somerset, New Jersey. Make sure you go to evolvenj.com. evolvecanna.nj.com. evolvecanna.nj.com. We're also going to be down at Evolve Dispensary down in Bordentown, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, getting there 420 popping, so make sure you see us down in Bordentown. We'll be in Somerset at Temple 5, Bordentown at Evolve Dispensary. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it, man. Thank y'all so much once again. I'm going to see you next Tuesday and see us this weekend, 420, all over the world and back. Thank y'all so much.